Hey, hi everyone. Good morning. As part of this lecture, I just want to show you how exactly you can tap using your coordinates. So ideally, you tried a multiple ways and you are unable to identify that particular object. And the last option that we can pick out over there is using its coordinates. You can tap, you can type, you can do those desired operations using that particular coordinates of a respective object. So here, what I have done is I took this XCUI, which is the UI catalog application as a reference, where in which I just created an instance with this particular application. To deal with this particular coordinates, the syntax that we need to follow is app.windows dot the first match I want to deal with the coordinate, and in this the coordinate with the offset the information you need to pass on, and here we need to pass on cg vector followed by the x coordinate and its value, the y coordinate and its value you need to pass on, whether it is a tab, whether it is a type text, you need to deal with it. So what I'm gonna do right now is let me try this. Pivo app dot windows dot first match dot coordinates, right, with its normal offset cg vector. So here cg vector, and for this cg vector I want to pass my dx, which is the x coordinate. I'm considering it as a 0.5, and the y coordinate I'm considering again as a 0.5, which is the 50% of the screen. And whenever I perform the tap operation on this, see earlier, see this is the first screen. Let me pull this the same command and again, so it's picking this particular options. And now here, from these two options, I need to pick the default option. So whenever I pick the default option here, the 50% of a x coordinate and a 50 of the y percent means somewhere it will fall here. Right, the coordinates somewhere fall here. So when I run this particular coordinates stuff right now, nothing will happen. So this thing here, the x coordinate and the y coordinate should be at the max. So here the y coordinate, I'm marking it as an 85 for now, and I was just giving a try and it doesn't perform any operations. So here, let me try the y to a 75 and give it a try, and y as a 65, and the x, it's gonna be in the center, right? So here, maybe the y as a 75, the x as a 15. Let me try that. So even still it's not dealing. So this is going to be the coordinates. Ideally we will go with this preferred options, and if it is not populating we need to go with the generic the probabilities, and we'll see how exactly it's going to work. So let's go with certain probabilities and see how exactly it's going to work. Let me give a couple of tries with these coordinates here. Yeah, guys, sorry. So out of all these trials and possibilities, so I was considering my x coordinate as a 10 and a y coordinate as a 15. And whenever I am performing a tab operation on it, it's selecting the default. So this is the one. So for this, the y coordinate should change if at all I want to select a custom. So hence, instead of a 15, if I was changing to 20, and if you observe right now, the custom is being selected. So this is the way. And right now, after this one, probably I can pick this particular 15, which is hitting that particular text field. The same way, in this particular 15, I wanna type a text as, okay, I wanna, in this 15, I wanna type, what happened to this? Tab, okay, this tab is working, okay, this tab is working. And yeah, so if at all you want to use the typetext directly, you can go with the typetext and perform that particular operation. Ultimately that will work, but this is the way how exactly you can identify it. So consider the coordinates, go with the trial and error. Ideally these coordinates would work with a couple of trial and errors itself, and then perform that particular operation, guys. That's it. Okay, so this is the way. So to make it in a script perspective, what I'm doing is function test coordinates. I was just testing this particular coordinates, and launch the app. And upon launching this particular app, the first instance that I am performing a tap operation is at 0.5 comma 0.5. Right, so here I was going with 0.5, and whenever it is 0.5, it performed the first operation right now. And when it is in a 0.5 comma 0.5, and I was going with 0.15, it's pressing that default. So copy this line of a piece and put it here. It should select that default. And even if I rerun this line again, it should press that particular text field. That's it. Put this line again and it should press that text field and then sleep for 5 seconds and then terminate that particular instance. Okay, terminate that particular instance. Now let me try to run these coordinates and see how this is gonna work. Running with respect to these coordinates, let us see. It should select those options whatever we have picked up. Okay, so it should pick down the default and it should perform the desired operation, wait for a few seconds and then terminate that. So ideally you need to do a couple of trial and errors in order to handle this particular coordinates, guys. Okay, but this is the syntax how exactly you can use these coordinates. Okay, perfect, done the deal. Thank you. Bye bye.